before we go in. I don't want the Gorman project. I've thought it through all night, and I don't want it.
Humbling, isn't it? Both of us reminded of our place in the chain of command.
I'm not sure I know what you mean, sir.
Did Krennic offer you the job?
You know that he did.
Then it's done. We're in it.
And what about Axis? That's where I belong. I can't do both.
Axis. You invested almost 2 years. You built the legend and delivered almost nothing.
We're getting closer all the time.
He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He's nowhere. Next time, catch them first, then make them famous. This will appear to be a demotion. You'll have to play the part. It will heat up soon enough. This is good news, Dedra. Gorman will be yours to run as you wish. You'll only answer to Krennic, and he's got no time for anything but results. Gorman is a gift. Take it. Then win it.
I'm gonna watch me some Andor and podcast with Candor about this Star Wars show on Disney Plus. This is the second season, but it also is the last one. And Disney pulled the fast one, putting out 3 episodes at once. Yes, I am watching Andor and talking with Candor. It's what the Mandalorian man's for. That is my podcast show. This is the second season, but it also is the last one. It should lead right up to Rogue One, and we all know how that goes. This is a podcast on Andor called Andor with Candor, about that Star Wars show on Disney Plus. This is the second season, but it also is the last one. It should lead right up to Rogue One, and we all know how that goes.
Greetings, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to The Mandalorian Man Presents Andor with Candor. I like how I dragged that out there and made it really dramatic. You're like, what's he going to say? What's he going to say? Oh, he said it. Oh, yes, I'm back. I said I would be back. I said I would be back immediately after watching and talking about episode 1. I went right back and watched episode 2, and here I am talking about it immediately. It is still that same night. It is still Saturday night, or Saturday night without the Boston accent. Saturday night, May 3rd. So I'm still behind, but I'm catching up. And this episode happened. I watched it. It happened. A couple things happened, and that was it. That's how I felt with this. And if I remember correctly, when they put out the first 3 of Andor for season 1, I almost said last year, but it's 3 years ago, it felt like something big happened on that 3rd episode. So I'm expecting something to happen on this 3rd episode. I don't know what, but I don't want to say nothing happened in this episode, but it was like, oh, okay, well, that happened, I guess. This, like, what did happen that was important? It felt like it's all part of one episode. I guess that's my feeling, that this was a separate episode, but really, if I go through, and there are 4 major plot lines going on at once, and I'm trying to think which one actually had anything that progressed. I guess you could say the most that happened, at least with action and getting to, finishing something or something like a dramatic change, was with Andor. And I feel bad saying this, but I feel like so far his story has been a complete waste of time. And he's the star of the show now. I know I'm only two episodes in. Yes, him stealing the ship, that was important. He got trapped by these rebels who took him hostage, and then were fighting against each other. And that's all that happens in this episode. They fight. These are I think the term is space idiots. It seemed like none of them were worth anything. Like, I shouldn't say this. None of them were important to anything. And one of them, one group had the ship, one group had Andor, and now they're fighting each other, and they're trying to like hold each other off. They're trying to figure out how to defeat the other. One group is trying to slowly turn the ship so they can shoot at them. The other group, I don't know, has the food and the pilot. So they're like, what are you going to do? And they're keeping Andor hostage. Then they finally decide to have some sort of space rock, paper, scissor game. Or I've heard people call it Rochambeau. Isn't that the same thing? I don't know where that came from. I have no idea what it means. To me, it's always been rock, paper, scissors. I don't want to say that was stupid, but it really felt stupid. Like they're like, hey, her, like they were doing the 1, 2, 3, and then they were making grr. Like this was how they were deciding things. And then they mentioned there were beasts in the wild. One beast comes out, eats these guys while all this distraction is going on. Andor overpowers one dude who's watching him, runs over, takes a ship, and leaves. So everything I think that happened from the moment he landed to the moment he left was a waste of time, except he didn't connect with the person he's supposed to be connecting with. That's all I know. I think they were all waiting for someone, or they were led by someone who Andor knew. Andor was looking for this guy Porky or Porco, and he wasn't there, so he left. That's all that happened. That's all I got. He's the star of the show, and I feel like he was underserved in this episode. It didn't help that I didn't like any of those supporting characters. I didn't like whatever they were doing. They annoyed me. Andor is great, but that stuff, that moment, this episode, I did not like it. I did not like all that stuff with the Jungle Rebellion folks. And of course he got away because he's the only one. Like, he was like, you should probably have water. You should probably do this. Like, he's explaining these things. They're like, oh yeah, because they're all dumb. Now, the title of this episode is Sagrona Teema. So I was like, another character that I'm supposed to remember their name. I'll never remember the name. I'm like, wait a minute, is that woman, the blonde lady? And I looked at the Wikipedia. No, that is Deidre. Now, here's the thing with her. This storyline, what progressed? Except she was talking to the old geezer who's like her supervisor. She's like, I don't want to take the Gorman. He's like, you should take the Gorman. I don't want to take it. You should take it. It'll look like a demotion here because they have to keep it secret. But it is a great thing for the Empire, for this Ben Mendelsohn guy, Krennic, I think. Believe me, I knew it. I watched it, one episode ago. I looked up his name, Orson Krennic, I think. It'll look like a demotion here, but it's a great thing. You should not only take it because he trusts you with it. He gave it to you. It's a gift. Take it, win it, succeed, and then it'll be a really good thing for you. But it doesn't seem like she wants to destroy a planet full of people, I'm guessing. Even though she gave him a great idea, I don't know why she doesn't want it. It kind of seemed like she gave him this idea, and then the very next episode she's like, but I don't want to do it. And what threw me off is she dating that other dude now? I have no memory of that. They seem to be a couple. Did I miss that? I mean, again, it's been years since the season. I did look up his name. And again, I think I looked it up quickly. Cyril. He was the dude who like worked his way up in the like he was like a button pusher office dude, worked his way up, and then ended up back there at the end. Kind of worked his way back down. Lives with his mom and his uncle, I think. Or his uncle would come by and he had like his blue milk cereal. These are things I haven't watched in years, but it's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. Except the fact that they're together. And he was like, it seemed like either they have to do something and he thought she'd be gone longer. Of course, she was off in the secret meeting, and he doesn't know anything about that. He's busy at work talking about how important the work they're doing there is to some new guy, I guess, that's joining the team. But that's it. That's all that happened with them. She says, I don't want to take it. The old guy says, you should take it. It seems like they're a couple. maybe they already were. Maybe I'm supposed to remember that. And he works still. Maybe he's a supervisor now in this data area, but that's where he is. And that's all with that. So no Sagrona Teema there. Sagrona Teema doesn't live on the jungle with where Andor just kind of hung out with a bunch of idiots. Sagrona Teema is not with Dina or Silva or whatever or the old guy. So let's jump over to Bix. And again, this was some tension. I liked this. The rebellion, not the rebellion, the Empire's there doing a census on things, checking on everything. They also want to check on maybe on visas to see who actually should be there. But they don't overly look for people who might not be legal. So if they don't push it, it's not like they're asking for everyone's IDs. But they definitely seem, not, well, one guy seems not great. Obviously, they're all Empire, they all work for the Empire, so none of them are great. But some of them were just respectful, like, hey, you got any cold drinks? You got this? They're just doing their job. This guy was off wandering, and he ran into Bix, and he's like, oh, hello there, pretty lady. Would you like to go to dinner with me? Basically, that's what he said. He's like, oh, he's doing small talk to try to get her to go out. She's like, oh, I don't think my husband would approve. He goes, oh, that's too bad. Is he here? Is he on planet? Oh, he's off planet, is he? It seemed like he was about to get into, not take the fact that she has a husband as a complete no. So this guy's going to be trouble. He asked, small talk, nothing that she didn't have an answer for. So nothing outwardly was like, uh-oh. It's just this guy was a creep. Thankfully, oh, there's a yawn again. I told you, this is the same night. Thankfully, the friend of Candor, the friend of Andor, came by and, he just kind of like, hey, how's it going? And spooked this guy enough that he wasn't going to be any creepier to Bix yet. So they haven't reached Andor. She's like, there's a group of them. They're all from Phoenix. Ooh, I think I get it right, or something like that. Now, the one woman said, I'm legal. But was she, maybe when they all moved there, the friend fell in love with her? I don't remember. I don't know. So maybe that's why they're all there. She's keeping them safe. But everyone else seems to be hiding. They fled from the big battle. And, oh, baby, it's late. And now they're all hiding there. And this woman is the one legal person who, doesn't have an issue. She's like, I can help because I'm legal, I guess. I don't know. But there wasn't much there except that. And they're waiting for Andor. And what are they doing here? Like, they need to keep an eye on these Imperial folks because, yeah, they want the grain, but it's just unsettling having them looking over your shoulder. It's like, like your work and your boss, your supervisor comes in just to watch you, Every other day, great. You love your boss. Maybe you like your boss or you respect your boss, but then all of a sudden they're there. Can't help but make you nervous. Now, these people, this is not just their boss. These are like soldiers watching them or the government basically watching over them. And, it's one thing having a government. It's another thing having government watching over you. And I mean, who doesn't trust their government, right? So I understand the nervousness there, but the only thing we got there was the tension of this supervisor and his attraction to Bix. And that's really it for them, except they're still waiting for Cassian too. Everyone's looking for Cassian, including the wedding. Oh, by the way, over where Bix was in that agricultural planet and the farming and everything, no Sagrona Teema there. In fact, we don't meet Sagrona Teema at all, but we do hear the word Sagrona Teema at the wedding area. That is part of the speech that Leda, not Leia, Leda has. Now, I have a thought really quick. There's one of the speeches that the dad has. Talking about joy, all the stuff in life happens, pain, fighting. You need to find the joy in the little things. It was actually a nice, positive speech. Part of me thought, when they're like, he's here, and it was Luthen showing up at the wedding, there was a part of me that thought Darth Vader might show up at the wedding. Or, I don't know. I guess these are just diplomats and not the military. Oh, is that what you think of? Like Darth Vader would be like the head of the military or one of the military generals. But you'd think, I guess the Emperor's too big to come to this because, yes, Mon Mothma is part of the rebellion, but they don't. Right now, she's just a part of society, which is, and government, which is the Empire. So you'd feel like there'd be more of an imperial presence showing up at a big wedding like this, but I guess not. The big thing out of this whole wedding, we get Luthen's assistant. She's like, I can't stay here anymore. I got to go. So she goes back to the shop to finally try to contact Cassian, who finally escaped those idiots so they can talk to each other. The other young woman, we don't see much of her. There's a moment where they're walking up for the wedding, for this ritual, and Mon Mothma is talking to her. I feel like they're talking about some other relationship, and she's like, you need to, reconnect or something. I have a vague recollection of this woman and another woman, and they have a relationship, but then they had to separate. I don't remember anything other than that. But they left a little seed there. The problem is they give you these shows, and you're just supposed to, 3 years later, you're just supposed to friggin' remember all these little details. And I'm almost like, wait a minute, I recognize that person's face. She was in the first season. Okay, there we go. The big thing to come out of the wedding was the Silver Fox, who is Mon Mothma's ex-boyfriend. He does, in fact, help with the funding of the rebellion. I don't know if he's funding it, but he's helping with it by setting up a foundation. So they call it the foundation. And things are going okay. He goes, I got your foundation going. But he wanted to talk about it because things aren't going so well for him. He's made some bad investments. He doesn't have much money. He's helped set all this up to get the money laundered for the rebellion. And yet he's divorced. Things aren't looking great for him. But he looks around at Mon Mothma's wedding, and it's like this giant, opulent wedding. He's like, this is very nice. This is really nice. I think he sees all that, and he's like, what the hell? I'm not doing very good. I've set all this stuff up. Like, what's in it for me? He feels underappreciated. He feels like he should be getting more out of this. Now, Luthen catches wind of this, and he and Mon Mothma have a disagreement. To me, this was the most interesting part of the whole episode, because he's like, oh, that's going to be a problem. She's like, we'll work. We're going to meet with him. We're going to find a number. So it seems to me they're going to find a number to pay this guy off. That's her idea. His idea, I'm guessing, is why don't I put a space laser in his brain and kill him really quick? No, we don't lose any money. We don't have a loose end. And, just kill him. That's the easiest way to do it. That's my understanding is what Luthen, at least that's what I'm getting out of this. Again, the most interesting part of the episode, because I'm like, oh, there seems to be something that could really cause an issue with the rebellion. Everything else was like, okay, Bix, nothing would cause an issue with the rebellion. It would cause a personal issue with Bix. We don't want that to happen. And this guy's a creep. So I feel like we're going to see him again in the next episode. I think maybe the gray-haired guy might, like, you people have seen this already, probably. But I'm thinking Luthen might kill him, or come really close to it before Mon Mothma steps in. That's what my fear is. I feel like that Luthen's assistant's going to connect with Andor. Maybe Andor actually does something of importance in this third episode, and that woman Deidre is going to take the Gorman job, and they're going to have to. And here's what I'm going to guess is going to happen is that guy is going to try something with Bix. Bix is going to end up hurting him or killing him. Oh no, we all have to flee. So they have to flee. Andor, they all have to meet up somehow. Are we going to get a time jump or like not a time jump, but maybe a story jump? Like another. Here's the next 3 chapters. Like the next 3 are going to be a grouping. Are we going to finish out some of the minor parts of this bigger story in the 3rd episode? I think so. Probably. My goodness gracious. I think that's, those are the 4 things. She's going to take the job of the Gorman. Andor is going to connect with that woman and possibly with Bix. Bix is going to have to leave, and the Silver Fox is either going to be killed or very close to being killed. And that, my friends, is all I got. Because guess what? It is 10:45 p.m. And guess what I'm going to do right now? That's right. I'm going to go right now and watch the 3rd episode of Andor. And if you thought I yawned before, wait till you hear me recording this 3rd episode, because I'm going to hit play on Andor. And the moment that's done, I'm going to hit record on this episode. Now, it's Sunday night. It's Saturday night right now. You're going to see these 3 episodes all come out the same day, sometime on Sunday. I still need to do my theme song. So if you hear the theme song at the beginning, I don't have anything recorded. I don't have anything written yet. I have an idea in my head. Hopefully it works. If you heard it and it came out great, I nailed it. If it didn't come out great, I'll just still say I nailed it. And maybe you guys just don't appreciate it. Why are you guys so mean to me? I don't know. It's getting late and I'm getting delirious. I need to go watch this 3rd episode of Andor now. I told you we're getting caught up. In the meantime, maybe you can't listen to the 3rd episode right away. Follow me. Follow me on Blue Sky at Geek Mentality, Instagram Geek Mentality, Threads Geek Mentality, still Twitter at Geek Mentality, just for shits and giggles. On TikTok, it's Geek Mentality Mike. On Facebook, it's Fans Not Experts. On YouTube, it's Fans Not Experts. That's because the website is fansnotexperts.com. All right, I'm jumping right back to episode 3. I will see you soon. But until then, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. And may the Force be with you.
Let's go!
Fans Not Experts.